Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and today is the final episode of the season on AFC Greggs. It's episode 17 now, and it's the season finale. We're going to have 3 games for you today, and we have a very good chance of winning the league in this episode and getting promoted to the next division, which would be fantastic. If you've really enjoyed this series, or if this is your first time, check the link in the description. There will be a playlist of all the other ones. If this isn't your first time, then please leave a like and a subscription on the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy it. It would mean the world to me if we could get as many subscribers as possible by the end of the year. I've really enjoyed this Greg series, and I want to bring you season 3 and then some going forward, and then moving on to FM22 when it comes round in November. So let's get on with this absolutely bumper episode. Roll the intro. So we ended last episode on a 4-1 victory over Worksop, who were bottom of the league, and they've since, I'm pretty sure they've since been relegated. But since then we've had a couple of wins and then a draw. But today is the really big one. As you can see, we're still top at the top, and I will go and show you the league table now. We are 3 points clear of Hyde, but we play Hyde in this episode. So even if we win the first game today, we then play Hyde, so if Hyde win that, they can win the league. However, obviously, if Hyde don't win, we then beat Hyde. We do win the league with 1 game to go, and then I'll just show you some highlights and we'll go on to the season review. But I thought I'd bring you all 3 games today because I didn't want it to be over before we played Hyde. It's not going to be, so I'm excited to bring you this episode. So let's head into the first game. Let's waste no time. Let's head straight into the first game. After our good performances in the last couple of games, hopefully we can continue. And hopefully we can win the league this episode. Come on, Greggs. So this is the team that we're going for. It's pretty much our usual team, except for the 2 new youth players who have managed to break into the team now. Maguire and Ian Sand are up front. Jackson plays on the left. Greg Moore, I only just realised that his name is Greg and he plays for Greggs. I didn't realise this last time. He's improved a little bit as well. His dribbling's gone up 1, and I think his anticipation's gone up as well. Fantastic. He's going to start on the right hand side. He's got a couple of assists now. He's done alright. Bale and Becker in the centre. Waters, Jameson, Malokwu and Jarvis has also made it into the team. Teddy Jarvis, another youth player. He looks really good as well. In fact, the game actually rates him my best player currently, which is interesting. But yeah, he's made it into the team. He's done pretty well. And Langley starts in goal. On the bench, we have Perkins, the older player who we brought in last episode. Tom Lycett and Claxton, our usual right back. And then we have Bentley, the left winger, who's a youth player. And Sean Jones, who I'm also going to include today, who is a central attacking midfielder who'll probably come on for Mbeka if we're losing, for example, moving to a more concentrated attack. But that's the team we're going to go with. Let's win this game against Warrington, and then it comes down to that game against Hyde next. We're at the Cantilever Stadium, which is Warrington's ground, away from home for this really important game. We have to keep winning to stay above Hyde. Obviously, if Hyde win and we lose, it becomes very tight, and we do play them next. Early injury, and not a good one at all for us. It's Malokwu, who's been fantastic all season. We are going to bring on Lycett instead, who is a capable defender. Let's just show you him here. He is 6'4" with decent pace and acceleration, really good physical stats. He's played sporadically for our first team. You can see he's only played 14 appearances when we signed. Well, I think we signed him last season actually. So he has been good for us, but only very slightly this season. He hasn't really made many appearances because Malokwu's just been so good. But he's going to get his chance here, which is a shame for Malokwu because he's had a really good season. Here's the first highlight of the game then, 18 minutes in, thrown into right, cleared away by Moore, and Becker has got there. Can he offload the ball? He can. Here's Maguire, going forward, taking on his man, getting past his man. Can he get a shot away before he gets too far? He can. It's just wide. Good effort from Maguire there, who's pushing to be our top goal scorer. Hyde are winning 2-0 against Nantwich, so it looks like we do have to win this game, really. And here's a chance for us now, probably from this throw-in. Thrown back from Waters to Bale. Bale picks it up nicely. Can he offload the ball? He does do to Mbeka. Back to Bale in the midfield. Our two midfielders combining quite nicely here. Here's a Yinsan, Jackson. Back to Bale. I'm happy with Greggs to keep the ball here as long as we don't lose it. And Becca stepping forward now, dinks the ball over the top to Jackson. First time on the volley, and there's the goal that could put us in the driving seat for the rest of this season. It's 1-0 to Greggs, and that's what we need to stay above Hyde right up until that last moment of that last game. We need it. Lovely bit of play from the midfielders here, and then Mbeka just sees Jackson make the run in, dinks the ball over the top. First time on the half volley across the goalkeeper, inside the near post of the goalkeeper, and it is 1-0 to Greggs. Bale in the midfield. Here's Waters, one of our mainstays this season, one of our best players. A Yinsan back to Mbeka. Mbeka chips the ball across to Moore, the new boy. Can he find perhaps the pass on the wing, or is he going to come into the centre? He comes into the centre. Go on, Greg Moore. Greg Moore shoots! What a goal from Greg Moore, the youth player. He's like 15 or 16 years old. That's a brilliant goal for us. He wanders through and then shoots from the edge of the penalty area. Great goal from the young boy. Picks up the ball on the halfway line here. Just keeps striding forward. Gets to the defender. Takes him on. Gets to the edge of the penalty area. And shoots across the goalkeeper into the bottom corner. Brilliant goal from the youngster. Half time then, and it is 2-0 to Greggs. After not a particularly comfortable first half, I would say. I'd say that Warrington have been well in it. We've just managed to finish our chances. I'm going to say I'm happy with the team though and the performance, and I'm not going to make any changes. Nantwich did score right on half time, so it is 2-1 in the Hyde game. And if Hyde do get pegged back, it makes it much more significant the next game against them. 55 minutes played, and here's Nicholson, who plays the ball into right in the midfield for Warrington. Dinked over from Gel to Nicholson. He's got a lot of space. He crosses the ball in. It's headed on just over the bar. Not a great bit of closing down there on the wing. I'd like to see us close that down a little bit faster. 3-1 to Hyde, and that's going to be their 3 points, I would imagine, with 15 minutes to go. And I'm actually going to take off anyone who is looking a little bit tired. Joshua Yinsan is one of those guys. I'm going to bring on Sean Jones, and we'll jiggle the formation round a little bit in just a second, because obviously that leaves us only one up front. All I'm going to do is bring Jones into this central attacking midfield position. What's he best at? I want him as a shadow striker, to be honest. Let's take a look at his shooting stats. I mean, his shooting's not great, but I'm fine with him running in behind. So let's go to the 4-2-3-1 and play out the rest of this game. 4 minutes left then, and another throw-in to Warrington. Good clearance away from Claxton. Maguire doesn't quite win it, but Mbeka does. Knocks it down to Jones. Can he find a ball over the top? He can. Maguire is through on goal. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Can he shoot? He does. Good save from Albinson. Corner to Greggs. Can we whip this in and get one more decisive goal to put this game to bed? Waters has been good with his corners all season, although we don't have a Yinsan on the pitch anymore. Whips the ball in towards Jones, who's there. Tapped away off the line, and it's cleared out for a corner, but it's been given a offside free kick. Into stoppage time then. The time ticks away, but not all the way away. Here is Wright on the left-hand side. Right on the left, interesting. Jones gets away with the ball, and here's Mbeka now for Greggs. Jones again, nice pass into Moore. He tries to play the ball through to Maguire, and Maguire is going to get there. He has the ball on his right foot, dinks the ball into Jones there on the first time, and it's tapped in by Jackson, but it is disallowed. I thought Jones has got a really nice little goal to his name then, a really good save, but Jackson's tap in was offside. The highlight's still continuing though, with a minute and a half left. Knocked down to Maguire. Maguire tries to knock the ball through to Greg Moore, and the ball's cleared away. Lycett wins that header well on Prion. Now on the right-hand side. Sounds like a evolution in Pokemon. Cleared away, and that's going to be a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. I hope we don't concede this, because Langley is on for... Oh, we're going to see the disallowed goal, but Langley is on for clean sheet, Golden Glove, that's the name of the award, I remember now. Here's the free kick. Wright is going to hit it across the penalty area, headed away by Lycett, but not very far. Wright's going to pick the ball up and keep it in play, gets the ball back in, headed away again, and Moore can come away with the ball now. And I imagine that is going to be pretty much the end of the game, especially if he can get away from his man. He can. Gets to the right-hand side. Just put a ball in. Do something with it. He does. Great ball in. Maguire is there, and it's a goal. And another assist from Greg Moore, who's playing fantastically. 3-0 to Greggs away from home. And that might be the final goal that makes us win this league, because our goal difference is so good. Even if Hyde do beat us, we only need to match their result on the last day to win the league due to the goal difference. It's 3-0. Final score. Very good win for us there. green names all over the pitch there. Jarvis didn't play particularly well, but Yinsan did. So lots of green names there. Lovely to see it. And 2 XG to their 1. So in the second half, we really came out in that game. Fantastic to see. Very happy with the result and the way we played. So as you can see, that does leave us top of the league with a massively superior goal difference and 3 points clear. The next game is Hyde, though. That's the big one. If we win that game, we do win the league. And I'd probably just bring you the goals of the last game of the season. I won't bother with the full commentary. I'll play some youth, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, so next game is going to be Hyde. Let's get to it. Let's go straight away and play Hyde. Right, today is the big one then. It is Greggs versus Hyde at Hyde's ground. So Hyde have the advantage here, but we have the advantage in the league. The only change we need to make is Malokwu is unfortunately injured. He is going to be out for 3 weeks, so he's going to miss the rest of the season, which is a real shame for us. But Tom Lycett, who we brought off the bench in the last game, will make it into the team for this game. Apart from that, I'm leaving it exactly the same. Maguire, Yinsan, Jackson, Moore, Bale, Mbeka, Waters, Jamieson, Lycett, Jarvis and Langley. So, come on lads, the title will be ours if we manage a win. It's motivated a few members of the team. We are here at Hyde, at their place, to take the lead away from them and to stop them from stopping us winning the league. Let's do this. Come on, Greggs. We can do it. Come on, Greggs, boys. Come on. 25 minutes in and nothing so far, which I'm okay with. If we draw this game, we've pretty much won the league. Our goal difference is so superior. Here's the first highlight then. Waters whips the ball in towards the front post. Yinsan is there! And could that be the goal that takes Greggs to the league title? Yinsan's has been there all season. He's the only player that's hit over 20 goals for the year. Wonderful cross in from Waters. What a header right in the postage stamp there. Goalie stood no chance. Greggs 1, Hyde 0 right near half-time. And that is half-time. It's Greggs leading the game. And we're just going to say we're fine with it. You know, happy with the performance. Keep it up. Straight into the second half. No messing around. We don't need to sub anyone yet. Everyone looks pretty fit. We've had a full week. Waters, straight after the half-time whistle, whips the ball in towards goal. Good save by Yates. And he's pumped the ball long quickly, but Greggs are going to take that. And here's Bale. He plays the ball back towards Jarvis, the young lad, Teddy Jarvis. Lycett goes forward in search of Yinsan. Yinsan flicks it off to Maguire. Maguire to Jackson. Jackson whips the ball in. Yinsan's there. Surely a penalty. He went down. The referee is going to give it. He is. It's a penalty for the league. Can we do it? Matty Waters will step up. Matty Waters will celebrate, and there we go. Greggs 2-0. That must be the league for us now, because Hyde have to overturn the full 2 goals. They have to score 3 in order to stop us winning the league realistically, unless some madness happens on the last day of the season. That should be Greggs' title. But we've got a highlight for Hyde here. Burn it. They're not going to give up just yet. Dings the ball forward. Vassallo into the penalty area. Good layoff to Lane. It's come back to him and it's going to end up in the back of the net. And Paddy Lane has scored. And now what I just said is making me feel a little bit more nervous, because they could score 2 more goals when it was 3. And, you know, there's still 40 minutes left of this game nearly. Oh no. Oh no. Right. Don't you dare, Hyde. Don't you dare. Corner to Hyde. Lane whips the ball in towards the near post. Headed away really well from a Yinsan who's there back defending. And Dal Gibbons on the edge of the penalty area. Lane's there again. He shoots. And oh no. What did I say? But it's been given offside. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Why was this offside? Was it because there was someone interfering with play? I don't really know. Oh, it's just... The referee has given us a little favour there, I think, because that is very, very close. Langley kicks the ball long. Flicked on by Maguire, but back in from their defence. Here's Andal Gibbons. He goes out to Lane, and Hyde look like they're up for this now. They've not really been in the game up until their goal. Gibbons forward again. Flicked over to Vassallo. If he can get the ball in here, it could be very dangerous for Greggs. He does do. Into Wainwright. Knocked down to Burnett over the bar. And we need to now make some substitutions. So, Brad Jackson's not playing very well. So, we're going to bring on Bentley. Neither is Greg Moore, actually. But we're going to leave him out there for now. Claxton's going to come in for Teddy Jarvis, because a lot of their stuff is happening down that left side. And I think that's going to be it for now. We may make a sub later on, but at the moment, with a couple of people on yellow cards and things like that, we can't afford to use that last substitution up. Equally, we can't afford to get a red, though. So maybe it's worth bringing Perkins on for Bale, hopefully, and then that's all the yellow cards gone, you would think. That's what we're going to do. And the other thing we're going to do is we're just going to nudge into sometimes time wasting. That's all we're going to do. That's all we're going to do. Hopefully the rest of the game can be ours. A third of the game left. Still 2-1. Hyde with a throw-in though. Burko on the left-hand side. Here's Burnett. Can we win the ball back here? It doesn't look like it. Here's Gibbons running across the centre of midfield. He plays a really good ball into Wainwright. Good save from Langley. I wasn't too scared about that chance because of the angle of goal that they were at. I am more scared about a corner though. Lane ready with the corner. Whips the ball in towards the far post. It's over everyone nearly. And Claxton's managed to head it away. And Maguire's going to have to go over and chase. And Beckett clears away. We need to get the ball clear, guys. Come on, let's not make this as nervous as it needs to be. Ball over the top, headed on by Waters. Hopefully that's the end of the highlight from Nunn here. It might not be. Lane again, coming forward. This is a very long highlight. Dinks the ball in, cleared away by Claxton. Here's a Yinsan. Can he get the ball through? He does to Moore. Moore, can he do something with the ball? He's done a really, really poor pass from the youngster. And Wainwright comes away with it. Here's Burnett. Dinks the ball over the top to Wainwright. This has got to be a goal for Hyde. It's a really good effort. It's flicked off the top of the bar. And we've still got 21 minutes left of this. Oh my goodness. We've actually ticked all the way to the 85th minute without a highlight. Just go all the way through, please. I don't need the drama. I don't need the heartache. 3 minutes of added time. We tick away. Will it be full time? It is. And there it is. Greggs have won the league. Come on, get in there, the Greggs boys. You love to see it. It's huge. Greggs come away with the trophy. We get the handshakes off of the league chairman, and I think I'm going to go up there as well. There I am in the white suit. We're ready with the trophy. I hand it over to the captain, Langley. Oh, yes! Get in there. Come on, Greggs. The celebrations are in. We've won the league, and we go up to the Conference North, or the Vanarama National North. Get in there. Come on, I'm so happy. Cartwheels. Hooray! Get in there. This confetti comes down. I really like this cinematic that they added to the game. I'm so glad they did trophy celebrations in a bit more detail rather than just some confetti that came down. There's a bit more action to it now. It's really nice to see. But Greggs have won the league. Get in there. Come on. I could throw the water bottle at them now and they wouldn't care. It's like champagne, throw the water bottle. Like in a nice way. So happy to see it, and I think we will play the youth team in the last game of the episode. It was quite a tense game that we played then, but I think perhaps the highlights were a lot more condensed, so maybe we'll be able to get in the highlights of the last game of the season. Board set initial budgets of 9k a week and 49k. I think I'm on 5k a week. Yeah, so that's a nice little explosion of budget into our wage budget there. And there it is. There's the official message that says AFC Greggs win the Northern League Premier Division. And it was my 99th game in management. So this is my 100th game in management. And it's going to be just a party game, really, against Matlock Town. Just 2 days later, we're the Monday straight after the game. So our team are not going to be fit. But that's fine because we are literally going to play youth players. Right, so this is going to be the team for the final game of the season as a bit of a parade game. We're playing all of the youth and Donny Longa Longa, basically. I imagine Donny Longa Longa won't be around for much longer, but because of his name and because of what he's done for the club, I've decided to include him in this last game. I'm not going to guarantee him a contract next season. I'm also not going to get rid of him deliberately. If he's just around, he's just around, and if he's happy to just be there, then he's welcome to stay. But I imagine this will probably be his last game. If anyone comes in for him, I'm sure he will leave. But Donny Longa Longa will wear the captain's armband for this game. Fitzsimmons comes in goal for Langley. Lycett and Ward are the centre-backs. Those are the names that you'll probably recognise. Everyone else is a youth player who you won't know. So we have Robert Rowe at left-back. We have Alain Matondo, who is Belgian. He is playing in central defensive midfield alongside Veron Isak, who I mentioned last episode. We have Bentley, who is a substitute attacking left midfielder, but he can also play on the right. He is left-footed, so cutting in on his left foot, he should be okay into the inside forward role. We also have Brierley, who's on the other side. Both of them are pretty quick. Then we have Mick Smith up front, and alongside him we have Paul Manley. Pretty much 16-year-olds across the board. It's going to be a fun game. I probably won't show you every single highlight, but we might get smacked here. I don't really know. It's just the kind of end of the season, play all the youth kind of thing, and hopefully we don't get smacked too hard. Rowe with the throw. Here's Matondo. Gets the ball in nicely. Here's... Oh, what a goal from Manley! Straight away, Greggs are 1-0 up against Matlock. You love to see it. Well played, that left-hand side there. Throw in, pass, shot, goal. Throws it into Matondo. Matondo gets the ball in early. Manley with a fantastic finish. Maybe he'll break into the first team yet. Who knows? Throw in here from Donny Longa Longa into Manley. Back to Donny Longa Longa. He whips the ball in, and there's another goal, and this time it's Brierley. And it's Donny Longa Longa. Gets the assist. What a ball in from Donny. Well in, still contributing, even though he doesn't play much anymore. Look at this. Takes the ball down, 1-2 touches, flicks the ball into the back post. Brilliant cross in. Great header. 2-0 Greggs. 5-2 to Whitby now against Hyde as we have a free kick. Bentley whips it in towards the back post. Headed away by Rawson. It's going to be picked up by Matondo. And then Hefferman plays the ball over the top to Smith, who's there. Gets there ahead of the goalkeeper. It's 3-0. Mick Smith gets his goal, the 16-year-old. Another youth player on the score sheet. Lovely ball over the top from substitute Hefferman. And yeah, Greggs 3, Matlock 0 in this celebration game at the end of the episode. Lovely dink through. Smith is there. Beats the goalkeeper to it. 3-0. Rogers throws the ball in, and not very well though. Oh, and then goes through the back of Laurie. Oh dear, that's not a very good tackle. It is going to be a penalty, which is a real shame for Rivers, who deserves a clean sheet. Came on and made a really good save. He's probably not going to save a penalty, I would imagine. Laurie steps up. Goes the right way, but it's ended up in the back of the net. Goal for Matlock Town. James Laurie has scored. And it's knocked down by Lycett to Smith. Here's Manley. Can he get the ball through? He can. Really good ball to Brierley. It's 4-1. Another goal for AFC Greggs in this final game of the season. It's been a really, really good performance. And you know what? Manley's played particularly well. The striker is a taller of the two strikers. Gets the ball here. Turns. Plays the ball through perfectly. Brierley just wanted it more than a defender. And that's 4-1, which is a performance that really makes Greggs look a very good team, considering this is our youth team. And there it is. Full time. And of course, the end of the season this year. We don't have to do playoffs, thank goodness. Either of the 2 playoff tournaments that we had to play last season. Pleased with the performance, of course. We played really well. And now we need to review our players, review the season. So here is our official end of season review. We start with the new arrivals when we press go. And it will show you here that Maguire was one of our best signings, as was Kyle Jamieson, who came in with the 7.03 rating in only 10 games, which is really good to see from him. Langley was fantastic from Newcastle United. They released him. We need to get him on another contract. We need him for another season, really. 1 goal and 2 assists from the goalkeeper as well, by the way. The goal was, of course, a penalty, but yeah, fair enough. Brad Jackson came in. Fitzsimmons didn't really play that much. I imagine he'll leave. He's been complaining about the fact he's not been playing all season. Louis Collins is someone we brought in very late on in the season to try and just add cover to the striker position, but then we had youth intake and didn't use him, so I've not really mentioned him, to be honest. I imagine he'll just kind of sit in our under-23s next season and maybe go out on loan. He has got decent potential and decent base stats, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. 6'1" with decent pace and good finishing, you never know. Moving on to this season's results, as you can see, they wanted us to reach the playoffs at a minimum. We managed to win the league. 92 points, 57 goal difference is absolutely huge. Our run was pretty good towards the end of the season as well. How many games did we lose? We lost 6 in the end. We lost to Morpeth, we lost to Gainsborough, we lost to Matlock, we lost to Nantwich, Stalybridge and Marine. So barring those few games at the start of the season and that little patch of horribleness in January and February, actually we did blooming well this season, and I'm very happy with how we've done. FA Cup, not so much. We got knocked out in the first qualifying round by a team in the league below. Not great. FA Challenge Trophy, we did pretty well there. Went to Curzon and Ashton and got knocked out, who are in the league above. We did well in that game. Got a 1-1 draw and then ended up going out on penalties. The Northern League Cup, again, went out to Farsley Celtic. They're in our league. Not the best performance. But we don't care because we got promoted. Who cares about the cups? Nobody cares. Nobody cares until we go and win one later on. Although we will probably need to try and challenge for the FA Challenge Trophy or the Northern League Cup next season. Moments to remember then. Let's watch our goal of the season, which has been given to... Amazing. Guy Moore's actually got our goal of the season, which I brought to you in this episode, but we can watch it again anyway. Picked the ball up on the halfway line here. He strided forward, looked past one, looked past two, and then found the bottom corner. Really good goal. There was also a goal that we scored against Nantwich a couple of games ago from Brad Jackson, who I think would have certainly been up there, and a couple of long-range belters from a few players. So our best performance of the season was a 6-2 away win against Marine, where they had a player sent off, and we capitalised on that very much so. And we also lost 4-0 to Scarborough, which was our worst performance of the season. No, we won 4-0 against Scarborough, sorry. What am I on about? And that was our match to remember. The finances. Now, this hasn't gone too well, but hopefully it'll go better next season. So we got 17k in prize money is the only increase, and everything else has gone down, especially matchday commercial and sponsorship. Not great that those are going down. Hopefully it will do better. Total merchandise sales, non-domestic sales, 308 pounds worth of non-domestic sales. That's very interesting. People clearly liking Greggs from abroad. This is how we lined up for most of the season, a 4-2-4, which seemed to do us pretty well. We'll have a backup 4-1-2-1-2 diamond wide ready for next season, but this will stick with our main formation for next year. Hopefully we can sign some decent players as well. And then the accolades. I got no accolades. At no point in the season did I win Manager of the Month. Bullcrap. It's bullcrap. That's what it is. But here is our individual stats. Fans Player of the Season was Josh Insan. Matty Waters won Young Player of the Season. Signing of the season was actually Kyle Jamieson, who I brought in for like the last 10 games of the season. He did pretty well. Goal of the season, Greg Moore. People back on that. Top goal scorer was Insan. Most assists was Waters. A Yinsan for most man of the matches, a Yinsan for highest average match rating, and most passes completed per 90 minutes was Mbeka, who did pretty well in central midfield, I will say. Oldest goal scorer was Reed, oldest player was Perkins, youngest player was Teddy Jarvis, the youth right back, who will play for us much more next season. Of course, most number of clean sheets was Langley, who played very well, and most appearances by a player, 74 from Alokwu this season. So there it is. They say it's important to get off to a good start, but that rings true as ever for AFC Greggs as they celebrate promotion to the next division. So let's take a look at the club vision and expectations. They actually want us to reach the playoffs. Oh goodness. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. That's actually kind of mad. That's actually really difficult. Oh no, don't sack me, please. So it is June, and that means that we can actually get on with looking at who got promoted and relegated. We'll start with the Premier League, and as you can see, Manchester City won the Premier League with 100 points, which equals their own record, and they beat Manchester United by a whole 16 points. Decent gap there. Man City clearly played very well. Top goal scorer, interestingly enough, was Dominic Calvert-Lewin, followed by Ollie Watkins. Brentford stayed up on the last game of the season on goal difference against Aston Villa. I don't know if they played each other. No, they played Leeds. But yeah, interestingly, Leeds finished in Europe. So Leeds doing pretty well. Maybe Michael Taylor can break in and play a few European games next season. We'll go to the Europa League. The holders are Lyon, interestingly. They won 4-1 against Roma. And Borussia Dortmund won the Champions League, which is very impressive indeed. I'm guessing that's because of Haaland, who is still there. He is indeed 33 goals this season, 12 man of the matches. Haaland is still there. And does that mean also that Sancho is there as well, maybe? Yes, he is. So obviously this being FM21, he's still there yet. He hasn't gone to Manchester United just yet. They didn't win the Bundesliga though. The Bundesliga, I'm guessing, was won by Bayern. It was boring. Only by 2 points, maybe on the last game of the season as well. Let's take a look at La Liga. So we're looking at Liga Santander, and Atletico Madrid won the league, very similar to in real life. 95 points, a clear gap between them and Barcelona and Real Madrid. Messi got 23 goals. He got the top goal scorer award. I imagine he'll be thinking of retiring now. Same with Ronaldo, as we are now 2 years on. Let's take a look at the Serie A. Juventus won, and Cristiano Ronaldo was in the top goal scorers list. Fair enough. Juventus. Lukaku's still at Inter Milan. Inter Milan still going strong. And finally, we look at the world's most boring league. It is the French league. And oh look, PSG won by a stupid number of points. Fair, boring, boring, boring. Let's look at the championship then. I imagine most of you are from this part of the world, so therefore we will look at who got promoted and relegated in the championship. Brighton won it with 99 points, not even as much as Manchester City. That's quite a low points total. It was 91 behind from Sheffield United, and West Brom came third and got promoted. Watford, Derby and Blackburn miss out. Portsmouth came 10th. Pretty happy with that in the championship. You never know. My team might end up back in the Premier League one day. Probably not. But, let's go down to League 1. And League 1 was won by Rotherham. Hull came in second and Gillingham came in fourth. Burton Albion, Cambridge, Salford, our senior affiliate, unfortunately were relegated back to League 2. But that's okay. We're still below them. We'll still take some loan players off them. Perhaps we'll be able to loan some league players this season. League 2 then, and Colchester were the league winners. Ipswich went back up. Stevenage and Newport County, and Yeovil and Chesterfield got relegated. The Vanarama National League, Harrogate got promoted with Torquay in the playoff position. Barnet, Kings Lynn, Chorley and Sutton all got relegated. Havant Waterlooville, my boyhood team, managed to stay up by a decent amount in the end, and perhaps we'll get them in one of the cups next season. And then the league that we are going into next year is the Vanarama National League North, which has our rivals FC United of Manchester in it, and Fylde have won it this year, so we don't need to play Fylde, which is fine. But these are the teams that we will be playing next year. Bamber Bridge, who we've already played before. Curzon Ashton, who we played this season. FC United, who we played before. Boston Blythe, Guiseley, Hereford. They're more recognisable teams now, I would say. Let's have a quick look at the southern version of our division, who we'll probably be getting cup games against. We won't be getting ones against Chelmsford and Dulwich Hamlet because they have been promoted. Anyone there a former league team? Doesn't really look like it. Interestingly though, on my Twitch save, Bolton Wanderers are actually in the Vanarama National League North after 3 seasons. Happens to the worst of us, unfortunately. So that is where all the leagues are at, and it's been a really good season for Greggs. If you've enjoyed the series, please leave a like and a subscription, as I asked you at the start of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed our progress. We've finally been promoted after last season's bottle job. We've managed to do something successful. I thought it was going to be bottles all round, but we've managed to do all right, and we've actually managed to go up. So thank you very much for watching. Please check out the links in the description, twitch.tv/the_steak_bake and at the_steak_bake for my Twitter and my Instagram. And then also there's Discord down there and all that good stuff. Please click those, follow me, that kind of thing. And there will be more episodes of Greggs in the future. I try to put them out on streaming days. So at 3 PM on a Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, I put out the Greggs video. And then at 7 PM, I go live streaming. So straight after these videos. So if you watch them pretty soon, I might be live. Come and visit. You never know. You might enjoy it. It might be fun. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in Season 3. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, be kind to one another. See you later.